So for fun, we get asked a lot to compare bat speeds. We're going to compare the 2016 Combat Maxum and the 2016 CF8. These bats are quite different in construction. Although they're both full composite bats. One's a two-piece bat, one's a single-piece bat. The single-piece bat is obviously the Maxum from Combat, the two-piece bat being the CF8. CF8's wildly more popular, and I don't know if that's necessarily justified, but the CF8's a great bat, and honestly, we just love both of these bats. And maybe over the course of the video I'll convince you why they're both actually pretty good. But one thing that Combat likes to point out, and they sent me these little discs, I think it's a cool thing just to look at. Those discs are equal. That actually just shows you when the barrel gets to maximum size. So by way of barrel size, although DeMarini CF8 did increase their barrel size this year, they're still not as big as the Maxum. If you've ever held a Maxum before, it's awkward feeling. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a, oh my goodness, the barrel on the thing is gigantic. It's really strange how gigantic it is. These are both 31 inch drop 10s in the 2 and 5/8 space. And we're going to hit with both of them and get some bat speed off of them, and I'll talk about why that's kind of a hocus pocus statistic to get with you anyways, but this is what people want to see, so we'll make it. But those are the two bats, so go ahead and grab those and I'll get the speed gun here, and we'll start getting some video. What are you going to start with first? Maxum. The Maxum it is. Brick. Bat speeds are really rough to care about, and the reason is because there's so many factors that go into the speed of a baseball coming off of a bat, and not all of them are really just pop. I mean, the truth is I've seen so many bats come through here. I've seen so many bats. I've seen so many performance high-end bats come. And the truth is, once a bat is worked in, if it's a composite, if it's a composite bat that gets worked in, or even an aluminum bat out of the wrapper, major bat companies know how to get these bat to peak performance, which is again 1.15 BPF. It's not a secret anymore. Maybe 6 years ago, I think Easton was ahead of everybody, and they got there first, and so they got a huge market share because of it. But now, a lot of people figured it out. So. And I'll talk a little more about that. All right, True, let's switch over. We got a few good readings on there. Between like 46, we saw a 55 on there. That might have been a misreading, but you get the idea. So here's the CF8. And so many things go into hit, like, you know, how much the kid weighs, what kind of swing he has, how hard he hits the ball, how, you know, what his bat speed is. So in theory, you know, these bats have almost the exact total weight, right? Do they actually have different bat speed? Well, that's almost impossible to tell. We have a Zep Lab sensor that we could get out and see if the bat speed is the same. But now you're talking about so many different factors associated with bats. At the end of the day, it's just a feel for the kid. It's not about doing these tests. And I know this is what a lot of people want to see. They feel like this is like the grand answer to the question of what bat is best. But I'm just not as convinced, to be quite honest with you. I think it's much more a function of feel and what the kid likes and what kind of how capable he is of making contact with the bat. You getting tired?
Yeah.
Slow him down a little bit here for him, Jay. Let's rock one. Most we've seen yet is 48. Let's see if you can get one in the 50s here. But again, this one's a CF8. Yeah, 47s. Oh, that was hot. There we go, 54. Yeah, so 54 on this, but we've seen a 55 on the Maxum. You know, they're both, it turns out, 1.15 BPF standard. And so they're both probably going to be about the same, turns out. As long as you can get the right size of bat, I think they're real close. I would say the Combat's probably been worked in more because we've had it for longer. It's been out for longer. The CF8's relatively new. But yeah, it's fun to watch. True, if you had to choose, right now, going up to the plate, bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, what bat do you grab?
The Maxum.
You grab the Maxum, huh? Why is that?
Because it's worked in more, and I think I can hit it farther.
So you don't like the CF8?
Well, dude, this one hasn't been worked in.
Oh, so
if I'm going to impress the scouts, then definitely this one.
definitely that one. You wouldn't grab the drop 5 CF7?
If that one was on
or
the
CF8?
list, yeah. CF7 then definitely.
The drop 5?
Yeah, drop 5.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. Both bats are great. Obviously, a one-piece stick versus a two-piece stick, a little bit different in the way that they're constructed. But at the end, they both just hit the ball really hard, and they're kind of fun to compare. And they both cost a lot of money too. They're both performance top end, high performance, top shelf bats for sure.